Sound check. Sound check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sound check.
1, 2, 3. Citizens Business Bank Arena.
Check, check.
Mic check.
Checking, checking. Any audio? We're good on audio? Sound check.
Check, check.
Oh,
check,
that
check.
sounds better.
Yep.
Here, we're gonna have to flop, Jose.
All right.
Hopefully the cords are. Jeff, do we have any slack to pull the mixer?
This way? To you? Or that way, though?
Check, check. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can barely hear.
Emery.
There you go.
Check, check.
There you go. Jeff, we have any slack to pull the mixer towards us? Cuidado, mijo. Sound check. 1, 2, 3,
Mic
4.
check.
So it'll be a brief intro to the game.
Okay.
I'll do, yeah.
Good to go.
I'll do a little intro. We'll talk very vague with the matchup, and then
Okay.
obviously during the match we'll kind of dive in a little bit better.
Talent out here in the IE.
We're good on camera, sir? Yeah? from Ontario, California. An exciting time here inside the arena at Citizens Business Bank Arena. I'm Brian Tabjay alongside Jose Duran. Jose, it's here, the match of the year so far in the regular season for the MASL. The most anticipated matchup.
That's right.
Jermaine Jones, Landon Donovan in the building as well. Your early thoughts?
You can feel it in the air. You can see it in the fans' face as they're entering Citizens Business Bank Arena. It's going to be a great one. Playoff game without a doubt for the Fury, but as well as for the San Diego Sockers, as they might be facing this exact Fury in the playoffs if everything goes well for Ontario.
As it stands right here tonight in Ontario, we are in the playoffs. I should say the boys are in the playoffs, in the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. They'll match up with San Diego. They still have to take care of business here tonight. I got to catch up with Landon Donovan pre-game. As we catch up with the interview right now, you guys can check it out live. With Landon Donovan. Landon, as advertised, we know what's at stake here in the MASL. We know what's at stake with you and Jermaine. What can the fans expect here tonight?
Hopefully a good game. This is, I think, a must-win game for Ontario if they want to get in the playoffs, and we know that. For us, we're trying to hold on to home field throughout the playoffs should we be fortunate enough to get to the final. So a good game, a fun Thursday night where hopefully the rest of the league can watch and hope we come out on top.
You've been in the MASL a few games now. Now you're a veteran of the MASL. How are you feeling? How's your body adjusted to the league?
Getting there. I still feel like a rookie a lot of days, but we're trying to get better and better, and the goal is to be ready mid-April when the playoffs start. So every time I'm out here, I'm trying to learn a little bit more and get a little better gelled with my teammates and put it all together for the playoffs.
What can you expect with Jermaine very quickly here? Former teammates of yours, what can you expect matching up with him for the first time?
Well, he hasn't had the same issues adjusting that I have. He looks like he's a veteran of many years in the indoor game, so I'm sure he will be motivated tonight. He's made their team better. There's no question about that, and this could be a future playoff match. So he knows that he's playing the best team in the league, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot to show. I feel the same way, and so do we.
All right, Landon, appreciate the time. Everyone's looking forward to it. Back to you guys. We don't have to wait any longer, fans. The highly anticipated matchup between former U.S. national team teammates, Jose and Jermaine Jones and Landon Donovan. Boy, it is here. It is hyped. It's ready to go. Playoff implications for both teams. Obviously, San Diego into the Ron Newman Cup playoffs already. Ontario currently sitting in that second place position in the Pacific, solidifying a playoff position so far. Tonight, they still have to take care of business here. San Diego looking to finish the regular season with the best record in the MASL. Milwaukee chomping at the bit to hopefully have San Diego lose so they can propel with that home field advantage as well if they make it to the final. So the big question is, how do you think Ontario needs to start out here to kick things off?
Huge game, Brian. Hello to everyone joining us here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. You know, the Fury, in order to get to the playoffs, you got to play against the best, beat the best, and it all starts here tonight, April 4th, against the San Diego Sockers. They hold destiny in their own hands, so it's all about getting the result here tonight, and then everything will just take care of its own as the season progresses, Brian.
Healthy scratches for both teams, starting with Ontario, Clayson DeLimio, Jose Gonzalez, Marcus Jordan, Dallin Cutler, Robert Tornell, Ivan Cimentel, and Troy McCarroll. For San Diego, Jesus Molina, Guillermo Pino, Brian Farber, Raimundo Riza, Manu Rojo, Eli Knapp, and Hiram Ruiz. Tonight's officials, senior official Kyle Trimble, referee Josh Wilkins, assistant referee Bubba Barnett, and the fourth official Joseph Salinas. Starting lineup for the Ontario Fury, of course, Jermaine Jones on the pitch to get things started. Mike Honde Abreu, Izzy Cisse, Victor Quiros, and Charlie Gonzalez. For San Diego, Landon Donovan, Craig Childs on the pitch as well. It looks like it is Pee-wee Ortega, and then Boris Pardo, and I, for some reason, hiccuped on Chris Toth, the two-time MASL goalkeeper of the year, in net for the Ontario Fury. Here we go, Jose.
Ready to go, and electrifying stuff so far here as the folks made their way into Citizens Business Bank Arena. You can feel it. It's different energy, crowd. They're excited for this one.
And the big thing that head coach Jimmy Nordberg wanted to touch on in the onset of tonight's game, just underway here in the first quarter, is to apply pressure right away as much as possible. Yeah. Let's see if things kind of tilt that way early on here in the opening quarter.
And that's when the Fury are at their absolute best, is when they apply that pressure, makes team feel uncomfortable from the get-go. So it's going to be important how they manage to get out of this first quarter in order to see how the rest of the night's going to go.
Well, it took Ontario 20 seconds to get things started in the last contest against Turlock. Mike-Andre Abreu, the one that found the net early on in that game. We're past that mark already, but to the near side boards, Charlie Gonzalez defending Ortega there. De Abreu will lay it off to his goalkeeper, Toth. Victor Quiros back onto pitch after serving a one-game suspension. An accumulation of penalty points and minutes. So thankfully it was right before this matchup here tonight, Jose. And deep ball sent in to the near side boards to Jones. Childs deflecting that momentarily. A little feeling out period, if you will, early on in tonight's contest. We do have Craig Elson then to join us for halftime interviews. The broadcaster for the San Diego Sockers. Always nice to see his face in the building. Echeverria, well done from the newly acquired. I can say still newly acquired with Anibal, as he was a late addition after the regular season started. Him along with Quiros and then Concalves, and of course Jermaine Jones, the newest, latest, biggest key acquisition. But I can't downplay Quiros and Echeverria. They've been nothing but key components in stepping onto the pitch for the Ontario Fury. On the break now is San Diego. Thankfully, McNeely got that last touch away from Bond along the near side. Continue to get tangled up there with Echeverria and Bond.
Going back what you just mentioned on Quiros and Echeverria, what they bring over to the Fury, they've been able to go ahead and mesh just extremely well with these players on the Fury side. Head coach Jimmy Norberg has done an extremely well job with meshing these players have played throughout the season with these new acquired players. And Victor Quiros has been exceptional on the defensive side and also provides it on the offensive side with a couple of goals throughout the season.
Echeverria, deep ball intended, try to get Chico Francisco to the near side. Broken up there momentarily. Now De Oliveira. Boy, oh boy, was he a big piece of this Ontario Fury success just a couple seasons ago. Finds himself a new home down south. Ortega. No applied pressure there. It is Jones. Near midfield. Challenging Escoto. He plucks out De Oliveira to the near side. Defended there from Quiros. Quiros, a former San Diego Soccer, also formerly of the Soles de Sonora club, who did unfortunately fold for this season. A lot of the players distributed throughout the MASL.
Great talent.
And turnover there near midfield. Jones on the push. Tried to steer it to the far side, and Gonzalez. Still Jones. And now Gonzalez does have a man right down the middle. De Abreu just missed it, skied it on that attempt.
They called a foul right before that, but if you're De Abreu, it's almost easier to go ahead and miss than to put it in the back of the net there, just wide open. He shoots it up towards the stands. It hits actually the netting, but missed opportunity for the Fury.
Man, DeBray Holloman did have a couple tap-in misses on last game, but it was a lopsided score in the end, so no ill effect there. Hopefully that one does not come back to bite him. McNeely on the restart. And now Donovan for San Diego. Childs tried to pluck out Escoto, and that's broken up from Ontario. De Abreu on midfield, waiting for fresh bodies to hop on for support. Jones, a deep man in offensively for Ontario. Cisse looks things over, distributes wide it to Echeverria. And now Jones plays it off the boards. A fingertip pass and no back pass there. Jones kind of exclaiming his case to no avail. Childs now for San Diego to the far side.
Bunch of close games between these two teams. Overtime games, one-goal decisions throughout the season. However, all the games these teams have played against one another, been two huge presences, absence of that, and it's been Landon Donovan not there and Jermaine Jones, so we'll see exactly what these two bring to the table tonight. Huge crowd here in hand, Brian.
Yeah, I want to say it's close to 5,000, if not a little bit more, as they know what's at stake here for Ontario. San Diego always makes it interesting, and now Cisse trying to push forward. Now Quiros to the far side. Deep ball sent in for Francisco, split up for a second there from San Diego. Childs looking in for the deep ball to Bond. Echeverria, last man defending for Ontario. Cisse gets back. And then a late foul call there. A tangle up near the far side boards. Echeverria has that aggressiveness, has that assertiveness, the knowledge. As you watch on the replay here, nothing really.
It was good at the first attempt, and then he eventually looks to kind of clip the player there as he went down. Smartly enough, it's a free kick for San Diego.
So Bond a little shaken up there after the foul and tangle up from Echeverria. So you're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on 11 Sports, dedicated to delivering world-class sports and lifestyle entertainment. 11 Sports USA is the exclusive national broadcasting partner of the MASL. Also want to remind you fans, you can find the latest news on the MASL, get the latest on the MASL, and find your favorite teams. Make sure you are following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. Last home game of the regular season coming up against Monterey as a restart. Landon Donovan almost poked that in past Chris Toth. Toth on his toes, made it look easy again for Ontario. The score remains 0-0.
Yeah, you know, Landon's hungry to go ahead and get a goal in the back of the net in front of his home crowd here. A lot of people close to him out here watching him tonight, but most importantly, the fans of Landon Donovan and U.S. Soccer out here at Citizens Business Bank Arena.
If you grew up playing soccer, no matter if out here in Southern California or not, you know the names of Landon Donovan and Jermaine Jones, and it's very exciting not only to see the performances here in the Inland Empire, but for the MASL, got to be doing great things for acknowledging what's been taking place here in indoor soccer in America, and of course now Canada and Mexico with the teams all over the three countries. 17 teams total.
And a lot of people go ahead and question the move as to why is it that someone the caliber of Landon Donovan and Jermaine Jones joining the MASL, but it's because these two just love the game. You love the sport, you love the game, you play no matter what.
Off the boards, defended there from Quiros. De Oliveira exclaiming a handball. Referee says play on. Yeah, you know, and you talk about the love for the game, right? I mean, you're talking about Jermaine Jones and Landon Donovan, both experienced in the Bundesliga, both experienced in the EPL, both experienced in the MLS, U.S. men's national team as well. It is just a passion for the game. You can tell from both of these guys in warm-ups, and as you talk to them on and off camera, these guys are all about just getting out there, making sure they're benefiting each other's teams. And in that interview with Landon, he knows that Jermaine Jones is ready to go. 6 goals already for Jones since being injected into this league and the Ontario Fury. Did have 4 against Turlock last contest. De Oliveira wins that battle against Charlie Gonzalez along the near side, steers it to Landon Donovan. Deep ball sent in, defended there from Concalves in the end. It's a save from Chris Toth.
Yeah, Fury got to be careful in the back, getting caught sleeping in the terms of defensive side. Great ball hook to Childs, and Landon Donovan almost going ahead and putting that one to sleep, but Chris Toth just waited. And fortunately for the Fury, they got away with that.
We watched that play develop from up here inside Citizens Business Bank Arena, holding our breath as Chris Toth solidifying that goal down pretty good so far here in the first quarter. Francisco plucks out Echeverria, and a bad touch there leads to a break for Ortega. He'll steer it along the far side boards. Hustling to pressure Toth, that is Velez. to the captain now in Cisse.
0-0 game, but back and forth and very entertaining. Start off the first quarter here, Brian.
Hughes on the pitch as well. And now De Abreu to the near side boards. 1v1, looking over some options. Quiros will deep ball sent to Chico and pulled down at the last second. Didn't get the power behind that shot that he needed to be successful. And Pardo, deep ball sent into Child. San Diego will settle down in their attacking half. De Abreu dancing around a defender. He'll maintain possession for Ontario.
That kind of night, they're doing the roulette of Xavi Hernandez of Barcelona. Mastered it to his best, and De Abreu showing off his skills here tonight.
Holloman to the far side. And now Quiros to Gonzalez, the leading goal scorer for Ontario. Works 1v2. Looking over some options. Jones deflected there and laid it off to Charlie Gonzalez. Tangled up near midfield. I would say it goes either way.
Yeah.
Escoto and Gonzalez tangled up. It was going back and forth. You know Gonzalez was going in to challenge. And it looked like it was an arm from Escoto. No cards given officially.
Yeah, they're letting him play there, but we saw the last instinct with a fall on Gonzalez, but Escoto does go ahead and reach that arm back and catch Gonzalez across the face, but fortunately enough for the Sockers, the referee, blind man tonight.
Ontario Fury Soccer, driven by Mark Christopher Auto Center. We had a nice jersey auction last game to wrap up, as Escoto and Gonzalez are still saying hello to each other. Maybe they're planning a Thirsty Thursday option after tonight's game. Who knows? I doubt it. But here we are with 5.5 remaining in the opening quarter from Ontario, California. So glad you can join us right here on 11 Sports USA. Referees are letting them play so far, but I haven't seen any blatant foul. It's been 50-50 challenges. It's been heavily contested for each ball. I mean, nothing really out of the ordinary for fouls being called. Thankfully, the referees are letting them play just a little bit more.
Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, but like, you know, any type of rival game, you're just going to go ahead and have the blood boiling before the game, during the game. So these players are just going to go ahead and go at one another throughout the whole game.
Well, after a few minutes of play here in the opening quarter from Ontario, no score yet. We'll be back on 11 Sports USA.
Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Smile.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Why not help guarantee those you love $250,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct? Less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. Make the future more secure for those you love.
Call 1-800-723-8547.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
In the first quarter of play, still no score yet here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. On the restart is McNeely. He'll look over his options, play it wide, and now Reyes near midfield. So a couple quality chances for each team, with De Abreu on the doorstep for Ontario. Unsuccessful there. Landon Donovan the best quality chance, and Chris Toth making sure he was unsuccessful on that attempt. Somewhat of a one-on-one breakaway. As Hughes from long distance gets deflected. That almost found the back of the net.
Wow.
After Hughes, really no pressure applied on Hughes, and then he lets loose on a right-footed volley. But that was making its way towards the net, as you see on the replay, well out of range there. And that hit the post right on the inside after it deflected off the foot of Raimundo Contreras. Man,
the seats and all the seats here in Citizens Business Bank Arena almost went up at the same time. Everyone on their feet almost. Lucky enough for the Sockers, ball does not cross the line.
Here we are with De Oliveira, the former Fury player, defended by the former San Diego Soccer and Victor Quiros. Under 4 minutes now remaining here in the opening quarter. And San Diego likes to play and draw out their options. I mean, they were down against Tacoma 0-4 in that contest, and then it was all of a sudden 6 unanswered from San Diego. They are the #1 team in the MASL for a reason.
Absolutely extremely talented team. 18 consecutive wins throughout the game, the season.
Those are the shots, sorry partner.
Yeah.
As Pittman got laid off from De Oliveira right down the middle. Those are the shots as a kid that you dream for, right? Thankfully,
Absolutely.
Pittman didn't have the right touch on it. That sailed up and out of bounds. But yeah, 18 in a row. I mean, they haven't lost since December, and that was a 1-goal loss to Tacoma. As Echeverria lets that ball bounce and roll back. And now Pardo will look over his options. Been 4 shots apiece so far.
18 in a row, like you mentioned, for San Diego. Trying to get close to that record. They have 48 consecutive wins, 20 away. But 18 is still, Jesus, throughout the season.
Well, 48, so 30 then. But here we are. I mean, they're breaking records as a franchise, you know, year in and year out. And deep ball sent in for Donovan, shielding off Holloman. Now to the near side, the ball switched to Escoto. 1v1 with Gonzalez. No fake a left-footed shot attempt, steered to the near side.
Ooh.
And then they just nearly picked out that far side. That was off the foot of Velez. Escoto still with the ball. Try to inch its way in past Toth, and that's into the hands of the Ontario goalkeeper. Goncalves finds his way back onto the pitch. Jones and De Abreu up top. Jones is in his unnatural position that most soccer fans know as a midfielder and defender. But back early in his career, he did play up top quite often. Now Jones on the turn, tripped up there. Looked like that potentially could have been a card, but no card coming from the referee's hands. Jones is up and okay. First set piece play and a pretty dangerous opportunity here.
And no foul, no card giving out here from the referee, but Velez just definitely takes out Jermaine Jones as he's about to go ahead and turn. Free kick for the Fury in a dangerous spot here.
Goncalves over the ball, Jones to the left of him. They'll restart with McNeely, touched with Reyes from the far side. No success there for Ontario. I'm kind of surprised actually that head coach Jimmy Nordberg didn't utilize the timeout there.
Yeah.
You know, with a minute 39 remaining here in the opening quarter, you want to take advantage of your most opportune times with set piece plays. But here we are, as Jeff Hughes, the veteran of the MASL, conducting some movement up top. Francisco intended along the far side boards. And now off the turnover, it is De Abreu with the left foot just wide. McNeely heads it back into pressure. And now Goncalves, intended there for Francisco. And now Escoto for San Diego, utilizes the boards. And here we are on the attack for the Sockers. Childs lets the ball roll. De Abreu clears it out with plenty of intention there. And now Francisco, near midfield, doesn't have any teammates around him. Dances around one defender. Maintains possession for the most part. He does have Hughes to the near side. It is Echeverria. Echeverria shielding off one defender. Lays it off to Quiros. Tees it up from distance. No luck there. McNeely now on the restart. Always rising. I mean, look, there was no real threat in a shooting lane for McNeely. Off of his left foot, unfortunately, and out of bounds.
Yeah, and those kind of shots that you take there is just one of those, even if it doesn't go on goal, you get it towards the target, preferably on the ground. It's going to find somebody's foot, whether it be your teammates or somebody else's, and more likely than not, end up in the back of the net.
So the adrenaline and energy has dipped down a little bit since kickoff. There's no team that's found the net yet. Jermaine Jones
Great turn.
wins the ball for Ontario. 10 seconds remaining. Deep ball sent in for Gonzalez. Under 10 seconds. Now! Charlie Gonzalez nearly got it in, and then it was Pardo off of the head of Quiros. But it is Jermaine Jones as time winds down of the first quarter.
What a sequence of play. Jermaine Jones gets that one in the back of the net, rifles it with his right foot. Nothing Pardo could do. Just seconds after Pardo has probably made the save of the year here, folks. Jermaine Jones finds it. This crowd explodes, and we're 1-0.
Oh my gosh. What did we just see as time winded down here in the opening quarter?
Yeah,
if you're just joining us, there's still a little bit of time on the clock.
Yeah.
So Jones getting that one in, no doubt, before the quarter expires. As Pardo, right as you said, Jose.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable shot here by Jermaine Jones, but the sequence that led to that, the Fury just mounting very well pressure on the San Diego soccer side, and luckily for the Fury, as you see Jermaine Jones jump into the crowd after that goal. Found his foot.
Here's your replay right here.
Wow.
Jermaine Jones, unassisted.
Before the game, we saw Jermaine Jones practicing these shots, and head coach of the San Diego Soccer, Phil Savaggio, telling his assistants to keep an eye out for that exact shot, as it's completely lethal. And Pardo, all he had to do is keep an eye out, and he saw it hit the back of the net. Nothing you could do there.
Man, I don't know which shot was a little bit more lethal.
Man.
Was it the Tacoma goal from Jones, or was it this goal, as you see on the replay right here? There, you mentioned Pardo with the save of the game so far, and then Jones just says, not so fast.
Man.
There's still a little bit of time in this quarter, and after one quarter of play, we'll be back from Citizens Business Bank Arena. 1-0 lead for the Ontario Fury.
Everyone deserves a safe, clean place to call home, where children can grow and thrive. At National Community Renaissance, we are addressing our nation's housing crisis, building in tough neighborhoods, and creating communities that support academic achievement, economic mobility, and improved health. With an integrated team of professionals, National Core is transforming lives and communities in California, Florida, Texas, and Arkansas. To learn more, visit nationalcore.org.
My name is Blair Underwood. 3 years ago, I started taking Omega XL as a part of my daily healthy lifestyle routine. It's changed my life. I'm here to share my knowledge about this amazing supplement. Omega XL is a natural omega-3 product that is very effective at reducing pain due to inflammation. I rarely endorse any product, but Omega XL is different because it works.
Omega XL is effective at relieving pain and the symptoms of inflammation, including swelling, daily aches and pains, back pain, and swollen joints.
Oh, I'm not weighed down by the burden of pain. It's changed my life. Omega XL, it works.
Start taking this product and you're going to be really happy with the results.
When you're in pain, that's all you can think of.
Omega XL offers a 90-day money-back guarantee from the date of your first order. Call now and you'll receive a bottle of Omega XL absolutely free with your first order.
You don't have to accept living a life with pain.
Call now or visit us on the web.
back in Ontario, California. If you missed it with just seconds remaining on the clock in the first quarter, it was a Jermaine Jones rocket up into the back of the net, Jose. That tallies him for 7 goals so far, this being his 4th game for the Ontario Fury. 1-0 lead after a quarter of play here against San Diego. This quarter, Ontario going to be working from left to right on the broadcast. Obviously, the score is what we see at the end of the first quarter. What do they need to carry over to the second quarter and on?
Keep up the same intensity. It came out from the start of the first quarter, just putting up that high pressure against the San Diego Sockers, making them a bit uncomfortable. Fortunately enough for the Fury, they had a couple opportunities with a Michael missed opportunity earlier in the game, but all that matters right now, like you said, partner, scoreboard 1-0, and that rocket, boy, Boris Pardo, unfortunately for him, was not saved by the bell with just 0.1 left on the clock. Jermaine Jones, boy, what a rocket.
A little bit of a delay here as the cushion behind Chris Toth's goal right now is folded over. Referee there to help assist there. Nothing doing. Here we are in the second quarter. So starting the second quarter, Cisse, Concalves, Jones, De Abreu, and Reyes for Ontario. Concalves will steer it in the vicinity of De Abreu, but turned over there. Donovan for San Diego. De Oliveira now near midfield. Switch of the field. Beautiful pass there off of the foot of De Oliveira. Man, jeez. Making it look real easy.
Just even the way the way he brought it down, it was just simply amazing with the outside part of his foot. And now we got a blue card here.
Tangled up near midfield. Concalves is the Fury player, and we'll see who the San Diego player is. You see on the replay there. Looks like that might be Contreras.
And we'll see exactly who they give it to out here, as it was a completely divided 50-50 ball here. Both players going at it. Oof.
We'll wait for the officials to determine what comes out of this. You said blue cards. I haven't seen any officially given yet. Good sign for both players. They're up and walking on their own power. See Victor Quiros. A tripping penalty for Thiago. So unfortunately here, San Diego on the power play to kick off this second quarter. On the kill, it is Reyes, Cisse, De Abreu, and Quiros. Childs now to the near side. De Oliveira on the pitch. Dances around Chris Toth with a save of the game so far.
It's going to be important to see how the Fury respond to this power play. Just very missed timing in terms of when it comes for the San Diego Sockers.
Childs now along the near side on the power play. 1:23 remaining on the power play for the Sockers. To the far side, it is Bond. Bond will thread the needle, deflected there from De Abreu. Childs trying to tee it up, unsuccessful in getting a shot off. 1 minute remaining here in the power play for San Diego. And De Oliveira threads the needle. San Diego ties it up, a no doubter there from Escoto. And here we are at 1 apiece.
De Oliveira had put a curving ball on the opposite side a couple of minutes ago in the sequence of play, but here he just goes ahead and picks his head up. Like a previous goal we saw Jermaine score a couple of weeks ago, here in the same goal, it's not even that you're going to go ahead and get it on goal, just get it on that side, because even if it doesn't go in, you're going to have someone in the back to push that in the back of the net. And luckily for the San Diego Sockers, it was Escoto, but what a great 1-2 punch combo there.
So a power play goal for San Diego, and we're all tied at 1. Plenty of game time left here as Ontario trying to snap out of it after giving up, a 50-50 challenge near midfield. Unfortunately, resulted in a blue card. And it is Concalves to the near side, swarmed by San Diego. In the end, Concalves gets the ball out to Echeverria. Dangerous area here. And San Diego tried to pluck it in there, and Toth on his toes swallows the ball up for Ontario. Hughes to the far side, and Tino Nunez off the boards, and San Diego will settle things down. So ramp up in pace here in the second quarter. Score remaining 1 apiece. Go ahead, Jose.
Yeah, what a save there by Chris Toth. Almost as equivalent as a goal at this instant here of the game, making sure that one stays out of the net and doesn't cross the line for the San Diego Sockers, but huge save for Chris Toth.
Toth just so smart on the ball, off the ball. It doesn't matter if it's in his vicinity or not. This guy is all focus after not the right touch off of the head of Holloman. That'll result in a restart after a defensive clearance on Ontario. If you joined us late, it was a goal off of the foot. I'm not going to say a goal. A rocket off of the foot of Jermaine Jones just as the period ended in the first quarter. And then a few seconds ago, a power play goal from Escoto in San Diego. Landon Donovan nearly made it a 2-1 game off of that head. That was designed to perfection after Escoto found him on the restart after that defensive clearance. Escoto now off the boards. That finds its way to the feet of Echeverria. Ontario's going to have to get past these next few minutes here. San Diego with a lot of pressure here. Childs and Donovan applying pressure. Holloman will steer to the near side boards in Gonzalez. So big next few minutes here. They're leading the league in goal differential, in wins obviously, and just that overall mentality. You see it on the pitch. You see it during warm-ups. You see it from their head coach, Phil Salvaggio. You see it trickle all the way down to each of their players, Jose, and that's exactly what they're doing right now, is trying to make their stamp on this game early on in the second quarter. Last game in Tacoma, it was 6 unanswered after losing 4-0 and getting right back into the game. A left-footed shot attempt, never a real threat there off the foot of Jones into the hands of Pardo. And out to the far side, it is Pittman for San Diego.
Jones saw Quiros making that run there, said, why not take a shot and get the deflection on the way, whether it be Quiros or someone else, it would help. But of course, Pardo just on top of that one. Very fortunate for him after making that amazing save that it still resulted in a goal for the Fury.
Pardo plucks out Pittman. Now to the near side, the ball bounces and falls to Serta. Around one defender, maintaining possession. Toth again with a big save there for Ontario. Man,
we're seeing 2 of the best goalkeepers in Major Arena Soccer League here, partner, and they're just putting on display here tonight in Citizens Business Bank Arena. On one side, Pardo, and just Chris Toth keeping the Fury in this one.
Pardo with 19 wins leads the MSL. Oh my gosh, and oh my gosh again, as that backheel pass from Childs found his way to Scutto, and then Toth says not so fast. Jones going against one defender, and then earns the foul call there. Man, Toth is the MVP so far, just into the second quarter for Ontario. That is about 3 saves if I'm counting them right in the last handful of minutes here in tonight's contest. Toth, the only reason why it's still tied at 1 apiece.
It should be 2-1. It's simple as that. It should be 2-1, but Chris Toth showing why MVP not only of this game, but also of the season for the Fury so far.
McNeely played that off of the restart, and Reyes will maintain in their attacking third, turns the ball over. Escoto dragged down from Ontario. He'll earn the foul call back for the Sockers.
Smart decisions here, Andy Reyes. Get the ball on their feet. The last couple of minutes has been all San Diego, so the Fury are going to have to go get possession back and play their style of play and not fall into San Diego's.
Deep ball sent in from Pardo. Toth says thank you very much, and we'll restart on my end. That ball was intended for De Abreu. McNeely steps up and plucks out Hughes. Well, intended to, but into the hands of Pardo. Back and forth we go with 9:15 remaining here in the first half. Healthy crowd on hand tonight, and why wouldn't there be? Only game on tilt tonight for the MASL. So glad you can join us wherever you are tuning in tonight. As there was some interference off of the bench there. San Diego continues to play on. Childs ahead of everyone. And in the end, no real threat off of the foot of Childs. Here we are with 8:45 remaining in the first half.
We're giving it an earful there to our official, John Watkins there on the sideline. San Diego bench not happy with the call, but play on.
Cisse observes the pitch and decides to drive down the far side. Held up there momentarily. Quiros will reset here along the near side.
Watching for the Fury, still just 1-1. Seems like San Diego had missed opportunity, so Fury should take advantage of that.
Deep ball sent in for Echeverria. The Oliveira and Cisse tangle. Cisse earns the ball back, and maintaining possession here is Ontario. They've had their fair chances throughout this game. And of course, the one gimme that wasn't into the net was off of the foot of De Abreu early on. But here we are at one apiece. Chico Francisco applying pressure to the near side. Earns it for Gonzalez. Shielding off one defender. Man, it has been super chippy since the first whistle. Gonzalez has been tied up with Zay Roberto and also Escoto, but I believe that was a handball, and it was. Echeverria trying to earn that ball off the near side boards, unfortunately making contact there. Restart here for San Diego. 7:34 remaining in the first half of play.
Yeah, it seems like things have settled down here after commanding San Diego a couple of minutes after they got the goal. And now it seems pretty even, both teams trying to figure each other out.
Well, that energy definitely carried over to the second quarter after Jermaine Jones got it a 1-0 yard, provided the 1-0 lead with the end of the first quarter. But majority of this quarter has been San Diego. Deep ball intended for Francisco. He'll settle it down, played off the boards. He thought the referee was one of the Fury players, unfortunately. As Holloman serves it up to De Oliveira, and Holloman will play back to his goalkeeper in tow.
I almost gave that one away there, Holloman. A couple of plays where he had a couple miscues, but fortunate for the Fury, nothing of a big importance that has given San Diego the lead.
Chris Toth sits second in overall save percentage of the MASL, and for good reason. He's the previous 5 before tonight's contest has averaged just under 17 saves a game. A 74 save percentage, second in MASL, and then Pardo, like you did mention, two of the best goalkeepers in the league. Pardo, 19 wins and a 73 save percentage. After whistle near midfield, 6:13 remaining here in the opening half. And a quick restart from De Oliveira to Gonzalez. Juan Gonzalez did have some time here in Ontario as well. His twin brother Felipe, a healthy scratch here tonight. McNeely and Escoto dancing near midfield.
I love it. McNeely, let's go.
McNeely and Escoto tangle. Escoto just wants to get to know everyone on a personal level.
But that aggressiveness from McNeely that just go ahead and filters throughout his own teammates. Never grits, and you see him in the pregame warm-ups as well, leading and directing. I love it.
Hughes finds Gonzalez, and then McNeely to the rescue in the end. Well done from the veteran defender. Jones tangled up, no call there. Referee says play on. Pardo collecting and steers it to Gonzalez.
50-50 soccer play there between Jermaine Jones. Nothing happening, play on.
Yeah, a good no whistle call there from the referees. Although it probably would have gone Ontario's way in that instance. I'd rather see some consistency. Here we are with Childs. Let's loose! Man, oh man, I think that just caught Toth off guard. And Childs continues to lead the team in goals. 29th goal of the year, and it's 2-1 at San Diego.
After the amount of saves that Toth has been having throughout the day, he just did not see that rocket come here. Jermaine Jones on one side, Childs on the other. 2-1 San Diego.
San Diego lead a 2-1 as you see both goals here on the replay. Actually, this is the Jermaine Jones rocket of a goal to make it 1-0 right at the end of the first quarter. So 5:04 remaining. Here's the foot of Childs. So just as equally as impressive off of that foot of Childs.
Game of inches, partner.
He knows exactly what to do when no one defends him from that distance. Toe saw it at the last second there. Unfortunately, it was too late. And here we are at 2-1 with 5 minutes remaining in the first half. That's an intentional handball there. No whistle.
Kind of seemed like he got it off his shoulder. Not low enough to be handball, but let's see what the officials say here.
I mean, there was no whistle as it happened. Referees are discussing right now. Officials, senior official Kyle Trimble, referee Josh Wilkins, assistant referee Bubba Barnett, and the fourth official Joseph Salinas. So a restart here, right on the yellow line as referees find themselves So the referees, after some discussion there, but a restart here coming for Ontario. Quiros, the man standing over the ball. They'll drive it towards the far side boards. Gonzalez collects for Ontario. So a little bit of confusion there, but a restart in Ontario's favor nonetheless. Under 5 minutes remaining here as Nuno shields off one defender in Contreras. So back and forth. It was Jermaine Jones who fueled the fire towards the end of the first quarter as time winded down with the 1-0 lead. And then it's been back-to-back unanswered goals from San Diego. Quiros tees off just out of the reach of Pardo and up above the goal. Cisse hustling back for Ontario. And 1-2. It was so fast, partner. A mistake on that defensive end for Ontario nearly cost them another goal.
He's just all over the field. You see his speediness paying off, but gets a foul called here.
There's no foul there, in my opinion. There's no foul there. But, you know, he's going in aggressively, but there's no, he hasn't made any direct contact. As you see the replay there. I didn't know it was that close off of the foot of Quiros. Indeed it was. De Oliveira on the restart. Tried to pluck out Bond to the near side. The Sockers attacking here with under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. De Oliveira on the turn. De Oliveira fires just off of the post. And Cisse tangled up and earns a foul call against Bond. Bond says, "Are you okay?" And he says, "Yes." On the restart here after Ontario and De Oliveira nearly made it a 3-1 game. You just said, Jose, game of inches, right?
Yeah, and then for the Fury, if you're scratching your head in terms of how are you down at this game with the opportunities they've had, but it's not about the opportunities, it's about how many times you put it in the back of the net.
Pittman around De Abreu. Quiros trying to earn the ball back. And man, Ontario's going to have to escape this first half, create some chances of their own. And here we are with Jones to the near side. Shuffles it off the near side boards. That ball in a dangerous area, but San Diego, all blue jerseys around that bouncing ball.
Yeah, Jermaine knew exactly what he was doing, trying to play the board so the ball could bounce back into Andy Reyes' preferred foot, but fortunately for the San Diego Sockers, that play was dead before it even got started.
Contreras now for San Diego. Under 3 minutes remaining now for the first half of play. So glad you can join us right here on 11 Sports USA. Deep ball sent in for Childs. Defended there from Holloman. Echeverria seeks out Escoto. 1v1. Goes to his right. Left-footed shot attempt steered wide. Echeverria trying to earn the ball back. It lands to Childs. Escoto will reassess.
It's got to be quicker from Echeverria to get rid of that ball.
Well, I think Ontario's fallen back into a defensive shell, Jose, and they're trying to defend, and that took the weirdest deflection off of Jermaine Jones's foot. I believe that was Cesar Cerda, but nonetheless, into the net. It looked as if Toth had the direct vision on it, as you see on the replay. A deflection there. It just had the craziest pace to get over his fingertips, and here we are at 3-1.
Yeah, he just takes a shot there. Placement is everything here for Cerda, and he able to go ahead and put it in the bottom corner. Nothing Chris Toth could do there to go ahead and get that one out. Placement, and we've seen nothing but beautiful goals here tonight from both sides. 2-goal lead now for San Diego, 2:10 left in the quarter. Not a happy Jimmy Norberg to close out the first half.
Well, it's an important 2 minutes here remaining in the first half, that is for sure. As I was just touching on, Ontario kind of sagging back defensively into a shell. The last thing you want to do is give the opponent all the attacking power in the world, and especially the best team in the MASL. Switch of the field now from De Abreu. Finds the feet of Concalves. Does have McNeely in support. Utilizes him. And now De Abreu. No real movement up top in Hughes and Francisco. And De Abreu turns that ball over. San Diego will steer it along the near side boards. That was Segura. And now Chico Francisco on that deep ball. With a minute 15 remaining here in the first half of play. Citizens Business Bank Arena, a healthy crowd out here tonight. McNeely trying to get it to Charlie Gonzalez. That's broken up. And now a race to the ball with De Abreu and Gonzalez. Toth playing the ball off of his back line. As Quiros, there was actually a whistle there. I couldn't hear it inside. But a restart now with De Abreu. Minute remaining here in the first half. Halftime interviews with Craig Elston of the San Diego Sockers. He'll be interviewing head coach Jimmy Nordberg. And then Jose Duran will get head coach Phil Salvaggio and Jermaine Jones of the Ontario Fury to end out the half. As it stands right now, a 3-1 San Diego lead. A whistle there along the far side boards. Gonzalez and De Oliveira tangled up. Former teammates here in Ontario. Not tonight. And with 38.4 seconds remaining, San Diego with the advantage. Escoto near midfield. Deep ball sent in from De Oliveira, or to De Oliveira from Pardo. And now Escoto will let seconds tick away. Defended there from Quiros. And San Diego's really silenced the crowd now here at Citizens Business Bank Arena. 10 seconds remaining here in the first half. Pardo, deep ball sent in for De Oliveira. Shouldered off the ball there is De Abreu. Less than a second now, zeros. Has 3 consecutive goals from the visitors and the first place team in the MASL. After the opening goal off of the foot of Jermaine Jones, as you see here at the half, it's a 3-1 San Diego Sockers lead. So some positives in that first half. And unfortunately, San Diego capitalizing on their opportunities effectively, and that's why they're the #1 team in the league. 18 wins in a row. First place in the Pacific Division. First place in the MASL. Milwaukee at a close second as far as overall record is concerned, 20-3. But a 3-1 San Diego lead. It was goal scorers for Ontario. It was Jones. He gets his 7th since joining the club, and then a power play goal to open things up for San Diego with Escoto. And then it was Childs and Cerda. So Escoto and Childs providing the early energy for San Diego. Not the 2 players you want to let find the back of the net for San Diego. Unfortunately, they do so. But a 3-1 halftime lead for the San Diego Sockers. And Craig Elston is on the pitch with head coach of Ontario, Jimmy Nordberg, as we'll have his interview just moments away here from Ontario, California. A 3-1 halftime lead for the visitors, as we have Craig Elston on the pitch with head coach of Ontario, Jimmy Nordberg.
Physical, very intense first half. What are your thoughts on what you saw?
Yeah, I thought the first quarter was good for us. In the second quarter, we kind of lost a little bit. The Sockers came out with a lot of pressure and caused us to make a couple errors. So in the second half, we got to clean it up.
When you look at overall the flow of the game so far, obviously you love the late goal at the end of the first quarter. What are the things you're not liking so far?
Yeah, I don't like how we're not tracking runners. I think we got to work a little bit harder behind the ball to win it. And when we do win it, how do we secure the ball and keep it?
Jimmy, good luck in the second half.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Jimmy Nordberg, our guest. Let's go back to the booth.
Move towards a better life with the Orthopedic and Robotic Center at Casa Colina. Our Revive Joint Replacement Program offers board-certified orthopedic surgeons and robotic surgical precision for improved fit, balance, and feel of your new joint. Each patient benefits from a dedicated orthopedic team and an individualized surgical plan for less pain, quicker recovery, and improved outcomes. Casa Colina Hospital and Centers for Healthcare, where better begins.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
Everyone deserves a safe, clean place to call home, where children can grow and thrive. At National Community Renaissance, we are addressing our nation's housing crisis, building in tough neighborhoods and creating communities that support academic achievement, economic mobility, and improved health. With an integrated team of professionals, National Core is transforming lives and communities in California, Florida, Texas, and Arkansas. To learn more, visit nationalcore.org.
Fino. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
At Citizens Business Bank Arena, halftime lead for the San Diego Sockers, 3-1. As you see that rocket of a goal off of the footer, Jermaine Jones injected life into this building, and then you saw San Diego come back. But as time winded down in that first quarter, Jermaine Jones absolutely let loose there. The first goal of the night belonging to Ontario, and then 3 consecutive goals from the visitors. As you see on the replay, a tap-in goal there. A power play goal off the foot of Escoto for San Diego. It was provided by a tripping penalty from Concalves. So things tied up after Jones and the Fury took the lead at the end of the first quarter. And then Childs absolutely tees up here. Takes a slight deflection. I believe that was off of Quiros. Nonetheless, beats Chris Toth from distance. As you see, deflection there from Quiros before it finds the net and in between the hands of Toth. This is the tricky one. Defended by Jermaine Jones. It looks like it was a deflection off of his shin, and then trickled with such velocity and spin off of that shot. And here we are at the half, 3-1 San Diego. From Ontario, California, my name is Brian Tabaja. You've been watching MASL action right here on 11 Sports USA. A halftime score of 3-1. The San Diego Sockers down 1-0 after Jermaine Jones' rocket of a goal to kick things off. It's been 3 unanswered. It's been 3 unanswered so far, and it's a 3-1 lead for the visitors as Jose Duran is on the pitch with Jermaine Jones just a few seconds away here. But it was a Jermaine Jones goal to kick things off. And here we are on the pitch with Jermaine Jones and Jose Duran.
Brian here with Jermaine Jones of the Ontario Fury. Jermaine, rocket of a goal in the first half. Walk us through what you saw in that shot before that went in. How did it feel being scored here at home?
In that moment, I think I had a seconds on the dot to take a risk, and sometimes you take a risk and you get something out of it. So it was a good goal, but I think then after we have to step it up, we have to play better, and we give it too easy away.
Right, so it's a 1-goal lead. You gave up 3 unanswered. What does the Fury have to do to come out on top in the second half and get out of here with a win?
I think we have to play the same how we did it the last games at home. We have to have the belief in that we can beat them. They're the number one in the league, and but this is, doesn't matter. So we know we have a good team, we have good players, and for the next two quarter we have to step it up.
Absolutely. Best of luck in the second half, Jermaine.
Have you ever experienced a tequila aged 7 years in an American oak barrel and finished off 1 year in a French oak barrel? Califino, treat yourself to the fino things in life. Use promo code FINO30 to get 30% off your entire order. Buy now on califinotequila.com.
My name is Blair Underwood. 3 years ago, I started taking Omega XL as a part of my daily healthy lifestyle routine. It's changed my life. I'm here to share my knowledge about this amazing supplement. Omega XL is a natural omega-3 product that is very effective at reducing pain due to inflammation. I rarely endorse any product, but Omega XL is different because it works.
Omega XL is effective at relieving pain and the symptoms of inflammation, including swelling, daily aches and pains, back pain, and swollen joints.
Oh, I'm not weighed down by the burden of pain. It's changed my life. Omega XL, it works.
Start taking this product and you're going to be really happy with the results.
When you're in pain, that's all you can think of.
Omega XL offers a 90-day money-back guarantee from the date of your first order. Call now and you'll receive a bottle of Omega XL absolutely free with your first order.
You don't have to accept living a life with pain.
Call now or visit us on the web.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
Move towards a better life with the Orthopedic and Robotic Center at Casa Colina. Our Revive Joint Replacement Program offers board-certified orthopedic surgeons and robotic surgical precision for improved fit, balance, and feel of your new joint. Each patient benefits from a dedicated orthopedic team and an individualized surgical plan for less pain, quicker recovery, and improved outcomes. Casa Colina Hospital and Centers for Healthcare, where better begins.
We're down in the field with Sockers head coach Phil Salvaggio. 3-1 San Diego with the lead at the start of the third quarter. Phil, another intense Sockers Fury match. This is what we've seen 6 times. What were your thoughts in the opening 30 minutes?
We did a very good job for what we had. We had 4 injuries in the first half. We're down to almost 10 players here. So we got to pull something together in the second half. But overall, the first half was good, except the 1 second goal we gave up.
Yeah, we saw Luis Pui Ortega left early in the first quarter, unable to return. Adjustments for the second half. I assume Zé Roberto playing a lot in the back now.
Actually, he's moving up into the midfield, so we'll see what happens.
Phil,
that's where we are.
Phil, good luck.
Thank you.
It's time to get ready. Start of the third quarter coming. Let's go back up to the booth. And with Jose Duran, here's Brian Tabaget.
All right, thank you, Craig, as he spent time with head coach for the San Diego Sockers, Phil Salvaggio. 3 unanswered goals provided from the visiting San Diego Sockers. It's always this type of atmosphere, fans. San Diego travels well. Ontario supports well as well when San Diego's in town. As you see replays, as you saw replays during the halftime break of Jermaine Jones scoring the opening goal of the game, making it a 1-0 lead, and then it was 3 unanswered for San Diego. To kick things off for the Sockers, it was a power play goal off the foot of Escoto, and then goals from Childs and Serta. And here we are at 3-1. As Jose Duran spent some time on the pitch during the half with Jermaine Jones. Anything stand out to you in his responses to your questions, partner?
You just mentioned we got to be smarter. We got to be smart in the decisions that we make and be precise in terms of making that final touch. You can tell his frustration for the Fury players. A couple mistakes in the backside, not allowing them to go ahead and be on top of this one, but still 30 minutes to play here and should be anybody's game.
Well, the stat that jumps out to me in that first half are the second quarter shots. 10 provided by the Sockers, just 2 for the Fury. So they'll have to fine-tune things, apply a little bit more pressure here to start off this third quarter, Jose, and let's see what happens. As you know, they're ready to play this second half. Head coach Jimmy Nordberg did touch on, he didn't have many words for a pregame speech to get these guys going tonight. He just asked simply, are they ready to play? And, of course, they said yes. So another half of play for the Fury to capitalize on any mistakes from San Diego and then generating their opportunities as well. It'll be interesting to see how they push back. It's been 3 consecutive wins, all wins since Jermaine Jones has joined the team. So we'll see how they respond to this deficit. Still very much, there's a high probability of getting back into this game just down a pair of goals. San Diego with 3 unanswered. Ontario can pounce right back with 3 unanswered of their own. Holloman now on the 1-2 from Jermaine Jones. Jones tees it up, and that's how we get things started in the second half. A 1-2 from Holloman and a finish from Jones.
We hear the broadcaster's curse work the other way. Now it works in our favor here, partner, as the Ontario Fury get one back. Just as you mentioned and on cue, they needed a goal, they needed something to get out of this funk, whether it be the next couple of minutes, but it happened within a minute or so of the third quarter. Jermaine Jones, Mr. Goal here for Ontario Fury. Just finds it again to his right foot. Another rocket, partner, and it's 3-2.
It's all on the pace of that ball. Holloman and Jones. No real defense there provided from San Diego, thankfully for Ontario, and they capitalize here to get things started in the third quarter of play. A 3-2 game.
Anybody's game now. I was just about to mention a 2-goal lead. It's the worst you could have in soccer, and just like that, a 1-goal deficit for the Fury, and it's anybody's game with plenty of time left here in this one.
Gonzalez steers it to the far side. That ball finds its way to Bond, defended there from McNeely. De Oliveira trying to dance around Quiros. And Pittman, deep ball sent into the far side, intended for De Oliveira. Off of his shoulder, dances around Cisse there. And now tees up a shot. That's off of the fingertips of Toth. Now near midfield, Chico Francisco trying to get around 2 defenders. Echeverria joining the party. Francisco and Gonzalez shoulder to shoulder into the boards. They fall. Referees say play on.
The referee is letting him play now, but you could tell the Fury are feeling the anticipation of another goal coming here quickly in the next couple of minutes. That's a foul.
Cisse tripped up there, the captain.
That's a foul.
Tripped up from Escoto. Escoto pleading his case here. Cisse, thankfully, he is okay. But what a start to the second half, Jose.
Boy.
Hughes on the restart for Ontario. No real chance there. Shadow was rising off of the foot of the veteran. He shakes his head and says, sorry about that, guys. But we get fresh bodies on for Ontario.
Boy, the Fury coming in with everything that they got here to start the second half. You could tell head coach Jimmy Norberg gave him an earful to start the first half.
Ontario applying a lot of pressure here from Gonzalez and De Abreu. San Diego nearly turned that ball over in a dangerous area just a few seconds ago. De Abreu on the turn near midfield. Finds Concalves. Steers his way to the far side with De Abreu. Holloman. Concalves. Gets a room, lets loose. That's deflected off of the shoulders of Serta. And the pace, well done there from Concalves, generating a quality shot attempt there. But now Quiros steers it in the direction of Jones.
You know, Serta's going to have the mark of that miter ball when he wakes up tomorrow.
As McNeely settles down near midfield, he'll utilize his goalkeeper, Toth. 11.5 here remaining in the third quarter. If you joined us late, has been a pair of goals for Jermaine Jones, and then goals for San Diego. A power play goal from Escoto, and then it was Childs and Serta finding the net as well. And here we are at 3-2 in the third quarter. Jones now off of the feed from McNeely, shields off one defender, tripped up there. I mean, that right there has intent.
That's where you see Jones. 1, 2, 3. How many more are they going to allow the San Diego Sockers here to get away with before the card gets pulled here? But if you're Jones, this is exactly what he's great at, shielding the ball, making that turn. The soccer players know exactly that, so a little too close. Jermaine goes down.
And it has been Serta who's been defending Jones quite frequently here tonight. Unfortunately, no penalty call there. Goncalves will restart to the far side with Reyes. Echeverria works a 1-2, nearly out to perfection. And McNeely will restart. Goncalves and now McNeely again. To the far side they work, 10:45 remaining in the third quarter. He tried to get pretty there and that cost him. On a turnover is San Diego. To the near side it is De Oliveira. McNeely trying to get back. He absolutely rips it just wide. So Goncalves turning the ball over near midfield. That almost gave up a goal.
Yeah, another error by Goncalves, including the error of getting the penalty kick where he did in the field, the midfielder there. He almost costs the Fury another goal, but fortunate for the folks from Ontario, it is still a 1-goal lead for San Diego.
Nunez applying pressure after the deep ball was sent in. On the break is Escoto. 1v1 with Toth, and he steers it. Toth getting the hand on that ball. Saving the game for Chris Toth.
You got to do better if you're Escoto. You got to do better. Too much of a tight game here to go ahead and let that one go. What a
Hughes
mistake.
tripped up. Escoto gets the ball back and lets loose just wide. San Diego with all the pressure here. De Oliveira finally finds the back of the net. And the lead jumps back up to 2. It's 4-2 San Diego.
4-2 San Diego, De Oliveira, but gee oh my, the Ontario Fury not able to go ahead and get back defensively there. You had a shot after the shot goes wide. The San Diego player gets way too much time on his feet there to go ahead and create something out of nothing. And fortunately for there, the ball flies right into the foot of Leo De Oliveira, and it's back to a 2-point lead.
Well, you saw multiple possessions or chances from the Sockers, and no one really getting back completely for Ontario. Unfortunately, on that last shot attempt from De Oliveira, no tight pressure applied defensively from Ontario, and they get another goal here, does San Diego, and here we are 4-2.
Yeah,
Ontario ball after that restart and deflection.
It's unfortunate for the Fury. Right when they seem to have gotten the momentum of the game, San Diego comes and gets one back, but that's what great teams do. They are able to go ahead and get a goal in the back in the, not the precise moment when they're on point, but they got one here. Oh!
Oh my goodness. What did we just see? Off of the foot of Gonzalez into the back of the net from distance. I believe that was Jose Gonzalez. Excuse me, Juan Gonzalez. Toth caught off of his back line.
Perhaps one of the best goals that you will see in Major Arena Soccer, but overall in soccer overall, what a shot here by San Diego. Christian Gutierrez just rifles it, gets under it, and Chris Toth just trying his best to go ahead and get at least the fingertips to that. Not to his avail, and with 9 minutes and 38 seconds left here in the third quarter, it is San Diego 5 and the Fury 2.
Wow. Wow.
Just
wow.
Like yeah. Just like that in the blink of an eye, partner. We were within a 1 goal, not 3-goal lead.
A pair of unanswered goals from San Diego. And here we are at 5-2. Let's hope this lead does not balloon to more. Toth receiving the ball from McNeely off of the boards. And man, he has to shrug that one off and continue to play here for his team. He was so brilliant in the first half for Ontario. A hiccup here, but plenty of time remaining in this contest. They do absolutely have the offensive firepower to get back into the game. Referee says play on here along the near side. Goncalves called for the call, and it's always the same issue in soccer. The initial foul call not called, the reactionary foul call called, and exactly what happened here with Goncalves in Ontario.
Goncalves very lucky. Fortunate there that he didn't get absolutely no cards. What a tackle and challenge by Goncalves. He's being subbed up here, but the Fury are fortunate to not be playing down a man here for a power play.
8:48 remains as Quiros trying to earn that ball back. It is Zay Roberto, McNeely, and now Dave Abreu to the near side.
You're going to have to keep the composure here, not lose their heads. It's still a 3-goal lead. They're very much in this game.
It's more so of a mental game when they're playing San Diego.
Yeah.
They've been in such close battles. 0-5 so far in the season against San Diego, but it's 1-goal games. I believe there's only been one 2-goal game, 2-goal victory, I should say, for San Diego. Cisse crosses over Donovan to the far side. Quiros with a lot of room here. Looking for a shooting lane. 5-2, San Diego leads after a pair of unanswered goals. Balloons this lead to 3. It was a 3-1 halftime lead for San Diego. Healthy crowd on tilt tonight here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. Echeverria settles the ball down near the far side corner. Cisse gathers and collects for the home team. Deep ball sent in again for Echeverria. Plays it off the boards is San Diego. And clearing the zone defensively, Chris Toth and Cisse will collect for Ontario.
You mentioned it being a mental part of the game here for the Fury, not getting over the slump. 3-22 overall against San Diego. Hoping they can go ahead and get the 4th victory here. What a huge one would be for the season and for the franchise.
Well, if they do, they would solidify a Ron Newman playoff appearance right now at 11-11 in second place in the Pacific. They do have one more game here in the regular season to end out against Monterey. And we'll be watching Tacoma as they finish up their regular season on the road. A pair of back-to-back games on the road, Dallas and Monterey. So it'll be tough for Tacoma as well. And now Escoto on the break after winning that challenge. To the near side. Gobbled up there from Toth, gets the rebound. Nearly accidentally tipped in from Holloman and Goncalves. Well done from the Ontario goalkeeper.
Chris Toth, ladies and gentlemen, the only reason this game is still at reach for the Ontario Fury. What a save there for the goalkeeper, keeping them still in the game here.
Goncalves plucks out Gonzalez to the near side. Charlie held in check for the most part so far tonight. He leads the team in goals and points. Tacoma will visit Dallas and then Monterey. They'll finish out the regular season with a visit to Turlock to close things out on the regular season. Deep ball from Toth, defended there from San Diego, near midfield. Ball jumps up. Soccer still with possession. Segura was the man tangled up with Jones after that deep ball was sent in. And now Childs trying to work the 1-2 with Bond. Race is going to have to get there. He doesn't. Childs with possession. Tripped up. Race will continue on for Ontario. Well done from the Fury there. High pressure shown from the visitors.
San Diego go ahead. They took their foot off the pedal. But if you're the Fury, you need a goal now more than ever.
Tripped up again there. Jones is just getting mobbed up.
Trippy.
And Escoto, I mean, I'm all about taking the energy and lighting the team up to fuel the fire. Escoto, you don't want to match up with Jones if you're gonna tangle one-on-one. I can promise you that.
Yeah, they've just been all over
I mean, you look at the shove in the back there from Gonzalez, and then you see Escoto. There's no doubt Jones has been tackled left and right tonight, and there is a physical presence that Jones brings to the table.
Escoto already got away with a hand to the face earlier in the game. If we look at that replay one more time, Escoto tries to take a kick at Jermaine Jones right after that play ends. The referee didn't caught that. Nobody else did, but Jermaine Jones did absolutely caught him. Hey, you're not doing this to me.
McNeely and Childs, we can't even get this ball restarted here, Jose.
Well, this is the problem you have with the officials when you go ahead and let them play. Once you see a tackle or any challenge being way more than a 50-50, the card should be coming out. And these Fury players are not happy with the cards not coming out for San Diego.
That's a great point there, Jose. You always want some of the play to continue to play on, but unfortunately right now it's continued and no cards or penalties have been given. Let's hope it doesn't get out of hand. Quiros on the fake shot attempt, steers it to the middle, in between the legs of Jones. That steers wide for San Diego. Pressure applied here from the Fury. If San Diego jumps out, they'll have a counterattack, and here it is. Childs steers it to the far side in Gonzalez. As Childs and Jones, some action behind the play. Jones is going to get a card.
Now we see it. You see, that was the best spot to mention that, partner. As soon as we see here a card for Jermaine Jones here, you got to keep your head in the game, but I'm not so sure if that even was for a card here. But you know what the officials do? Once you get chippy with them, they get in the back of their heads, and every next foul that you're going to get, they're going to get back at you, regardless if it's a blue card or not for you.
Let's hope it's not a costly penalty like the one in the first quarter for Jones. As he finds his way to the box, a 2-minute minor penalty. I'm assuming it'll be tripping. As you're watching live action right here on 11 Sports USA, a 5-2 San Diego Sockers lead here with 4:37 remaining.
They got to him already. It's like mental now.
So a 2-minute minor penalty for the Fury and Jermaine Jones after a trip up behind the play. Childs distributed the ball, and here we are on the penalty kill for Ontario. Reyes, De Abreu, Quiros, and McNeely to start things off on the kill. 5-2, San Diego with the lead in the fourth quarter. Trying to tee it up from the far side. Deflected there from Ontario.
Boy, how talented is this San Diego team that their best player, number 9, Landon Donovan, is yet to get on the score sheet or just to get into any really rhythm.
I don't really want to see him on the score sheet. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to give him that broadcaster's touch or not, but go ahead.
No, but like you mentioned, the player of caliber, but it shows exactly what team the San Diego has here. And we'll hope he doesn't get back here.
Teed up, and there's a power play goal for San Diego.
Man, I had just said that Landon Donovan hadn't gotten in the mix of things, and just as I say it, The broadcaster's curse works against us this time here, partner, and Landon Donovan gets an assist here with 3:53 to go in the third quarter. 6-2 San Diego.
So the boys are going to have to dig themselves out of a slump here. 6-2. San Diego leads a power play goal. They're second on the night. So these 2-minute minor penalties are costing the Fury so far here tonight. You can see why they're the best team in the MASL. Head coach Phil Salvaggio, assistant coaches Ray Talia, Rene Ortiz, Victor Melendez, and Chiqui Luna. And then the head coach and coaching staff for the Ontario Fury, Jimmy Nordberg, assistant coach Kevin Curtin, head trainer Gil Sadivar. And then, of course, team president and general manager Bernie Lillavois. Nunez knows what to do in this instance, shields off a defender. Charlie Gonzalez nearly got one back for the home team. Can call this now on the restart for Ontario. If they close this quarter out with some applied pressure here, some quality opportunities, there's no doubt they can find the back of the net before the period strikes zeros.
Has to happen quick. 3 minutes left in the quarter, and they get one back. It's going to be a really interesting fourth quarter, but regardless, the Fury, they're playing for their lives here, partner. I'm not sure if you heard, after the goal that Soccer just scored, a roar came out of the arena. Tacoma fans went crazy after seeing that one in. They've gone crazy 6 times, and you could tell they're attached to the televisions following this one.
Nunez now on the ball. Echeverria tripped up there, and no whistle, no card given there. Referees just calling a regular foul, no penalty given to San Diego. If you see on the replay, that was kind of a pretty bad challenge there from San Diego, from Gutierrez. Nonetheless, it is a restart here coming for Ontario. Timeout here.
Yeah, timeout huge here. You saw it in the first half. Right in, head coach called a timeout for a play being dried off here, a dead ball. He does exactly that just now. A dead ball plays will be crucial here for the Fury if they want to get back into this one.
So 6-2 lead for San Diego. Man, they really sucked the energy out of the building after that last one. A power play goal from Segura. That was a 3-2 game early on in this third quarter, Jose, after another goal from Jermaine Jones. And then it's been 3 consecutive here for San Diego. So with 2:43 remaining here in the third quarter of play, a healthy crowd in Ontario at Citizens Business Bank Arena to witness what could be something brilliant if they make a comeback here. But as of right now, they are in the Ron Newman playoffs, matching up with San Diego. And then Tacoma really licking their chops here.
Yeah.
Just behind Ontario in the standings. It's been back and forth the last 2 years with Tacoma and Ontario fighting for that second playoff position to represent the Pacific. But they got huge games for themselves in a couple days. On the 6th, they'll face Dallas on the road, and then the very next day, they'll match up with Monterey at Arena Monterey, and then finish out their regular season on the 12th of April as they visit Turlock. Their last home game was a heartbreaking loss to these very same San Diego Sockers, who's ripping the hearts out here in the Inland Empire so far. McNeely on the restart, and there's the goal that they need to inject life back into this arena and into this game. A goal off the foot of McNeely. Here we are at 6-3.
Beep, beep, beep. That's the heartbeat that just was given to the Ontario Fury from McNeely. Just as able to go ahead and rocket it, but you said before, partner, call a timeout here, draw something up. You practice these over and over and over again throughout the week, exactly for the moment like this. It's 6-3, 3-goal lead, 2:41 left here in the quarter. It's up for grabs now, Brian. It's up for grabs.
So off of the foot of Concalves on the restart, and you're exactly right. I was a little concerned earlier in the game as head coach Jimmy Nordberg did not utilize that timeout, but here he is utilizing a timeout there. A very important goal to keep this game close. 6-3, 2.5 remaining here in the third quarter. Energy back into the arena at Citizens Business Bank Arena.
They needed this one bad, and now they're back in it.
Live on 11 Sports USA. The only game on the MASL scoreboard tonight is this matchup here in Southern California. San Diego, Ontario. The rest of the divisions in the MASL are pretty much settled for the Ron Newman playoffs. The Pacific always winding all the way down to the last few games of the regular season. Headed back there from Goncalves. And now Reyes and Toth. Get it out of harm's way. Smartly done there from the Ontario goalkeeper. Jones lone man pressuring, and now Victor Quiros stepping up to assist his teammate. Minute 30 remaining here in the third quarter. Let's see if they can get another one, Jose.
Yeah, that's what they're hoping for. Either get one back, but just most importantly too, do not let San Diego get another one here, because then the momentum goes back over to the folks from down south.
Escoto on the ball for San Diego. What a key component he is for the team. And now Serta working a 1-2 with the Oliveira. Nearly worked out to perfection. Hughes applying pressure to the far side. It is De Oliveira with a lot of room here. Echeverria tried to steer it, and that shot just wide. 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And then I have to apply pressure here to Escoto.
You see fatigue here from the Fury players. Couple ball watching here. You got to go ahead and attack the ball once you see it and not give the San Diego soccer players any space, as we've seen in the first half. Childs just allowed a little bit of space, and the ball ended hitting the net.
Hughes now trying to get that ball to his teammate in Echeverria. Intercepted there from De Oliveira. 13 seconds remaining now in the third quarter. This time will wind down. Deep ball sent in from Pardo. Off the far side glass. It is De Oliveira. 1 second now. And at the end, there's a blocked shot there from Hughes. A 6-3 San Diego lead. At the end of 3 quarters of play, it's been back and forth since the half. The halftime score was 3-1. Here we are at 6-3 after 3 quarters of play. We'll be back on 11 Sports USA.
No matter how well you provide for your family today, if you don't have life insurance, their future may be at risk. Why not help guarantee those you love $250,000 or more with life insurance through AIG Direct? Less than $14 a month buys a 40-year-old man a $250,000 term life policy. That's up to 3 times what you can get from other companies for the same price. Make the future more secure for those you love.
Call 1-800-723-8547.
Everyone deserves a safe, clean place to call home, where children can grow and thrive. At National Community Renaissance, we are addressing our nation's housing crisis, building in tough neighborhoods and creating communities that support academic achievement, economic mobility, and improved health. With an integrated team of professionals, National Core is transforming lives and communities in California, Florida, Texas, and Arkansas. To learn more, visit nationalcore.org.
Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
As we are back here from Citizens Business Bank Arena, the scoreboard reads the San Diego Soccer 6, the Ontario Fury 3. It's been a back and forth game between these two rivals of the Pacific Division, but so far it's been all San Diego here through 3 quarters, live from the beautiful Inland Empire, the Ontario, California. So far, it's been all San Diego through 3 quarters, but the Fury able to get one back here to close the 3rd quarter, and now it's anybody's game here.
I wouldn't say it's all San Diego, but Jose, you're making a great point there, partner.
Yeah.
You know, it's always more so of a mental challenge for the Ontario Fury. No doubt they have the talent to beat a team like San Diego. No doubt they have the ability to stop them defensively. But when San Diego comes to town, it's big brother really giving it to little brother, and unfortunately we're on the other side of that overall series. The franchise series favors San Diego.
Yeah, the Fury played a very well first quarter, and if you look at it any way you see it, they got out of there with a minor lead here, able to take a 1-0 lead, but you got to capitalize on the opportunities that you get, and goals that you don't score get scored against you, and I think that's been the example here tonight from Ontario. It's been all San Diego, but because of a couple of mistakes on the offensive side for the Fury and mistakes for the San Diego they're not going to let go, put it in the back of the net.
The Ontario Fury would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud partner of reduce bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. You're watching the Major Arena Soccer League on 11 Sports, dedicated to delivering world-class sports and lifestyle entertainment. 11 Sports USA is the exclusive national broadcasting partner of the MASL. Pittman on that bouncing ball to the far side. He got deflected unintentionally there from Victor Quiros, as he's on the floor right now.
He took it straight to the face there. Oh, unfortunately, shouldn't be something he better walk off.
The MASL now has a podcast. Join host Craig Elston as he talks to players, officials, and coaches from across the league and takes you behind the scenes of the MASL. Check out maslsoccer.com to listen to past episodes and subscribe to the official MASL podcast. We're fortunate enough, Craig Elston always in the building when San Diego visits. He was on the interview segments with Phil Salvaggio and head coach Jimmy Nordberg of the Ontario Fury. So he's helping out just to kind of ramp up what we've seen so far here tonight from Ontario.
Yeah, the man, the myth, the legend, Craig Elston from San Diego. Boy, he's seen a lot of good things from the San Diego Soccer Fury rivalry here in a couple of years, but just what a wise man in terms of Major Arena Soccer.
14 minutes remaining, plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Toth with a beautiful left-handed fingertip save there.
Yeah, they've been keeping Toth active here, and the ones that he hasn't been able to pull out from the back, they've just been placed exactly in positions where he's not going to be able to reach. But you got to tip your hat off for the goalkeeper of the Fury.
So just underway here in the 4th quarter. Jones on the field, looking for the ball from Quiros. Shouldered off the ball there. And Velasquez, I believe it is. And now Reyes for Ontario. Into the net. Let's give him a hat trick on the night. Jermaine Jones again for the Fury. It's a 6-4 lead.
Boy, Jermaine Jones seems like he's taking it upon himself to go ahead and get everything going for the Fury here tonight. A hat trick. He has a goal right now with 13 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and he's been able to appear for the Fury in precise moments where you need your star player the most. And Jermaine Jones, just like that, makes it a two-goal lead again, partner.
Off a little 1-2 with Reyes. And Landon Donovan touched on it pregame. As you watch on the replay here, no one defending Jones. Pardo making his way to the right, and Jones steers it to his left. But Landon Donovan did touch on in the pregame, it looks like Jones has already found his level of fitness, level of play. He's been injected into the lineup, into the MASL, and he's found a new home here in Ontario. And no doubt about that, he's up and ready for the challenge no matter what. So you see Jimmy Nordberg and the boys trying to ramp themselves up here. Plenty of time remaining in the fourth quarter. A 6-4 San Diego lead.
Yeah, plenty of time left here in the fourth quarter, but you're the Fury. You're getting yourself back in the position to go ahead and be successful tonight. You got to make sure you keep your mind where your head's supposed to be in terms of the defensive side. Do not let any mistakes happen. Keep the score, keep the San Diego Sockers at 6, and let's see if they could go ahead and get a couple more goals here with 13:22 left in the quarter. But if you're San Diego, you're head scratching in terms of what's happened in the last couple of minutes. You had this game in your hands with a 4-goal lead, and now it's just 2 goals in anybody's game, seems like.
Deep ball sent in for Childs off of the foot of Pardo. The next few minutes are crucial here for any chance of a comeback for Ontario. Echeverria with the ball dances past Escoto. Well done from Anibal.
Great turn.
Cisse does the same thing to the far side. That shot deflected. He'll reset with McNeely. Jones deep man for Ontario. Finds Jones to the far side. Holloman for Ontario. Plenty of time here, partner. Echeverria off of the boards into the middle. Bouncing ball for McNeely. He'll utilize Toad. Finds Gonzalez near midfield. Settled down there from Jones. Overlapping run from Gonzalez to the far side. 1v1. Creates his own shot, and then Pardo steers it to the near side glass.
Great shot for Gonzalez.
Well done from Gonzalez. The first time swarming defense there from Ontario. And on the right player in Escoto. Echeverria, plenty of real estate to go. Unfortunately, just a little too strong there from Anibal, and the ball up and out of bounds for San Diego.
He was running out of real estate there. He said, why not go ahead and cross it, see if it headed off the board. Charlie Gonzalez was right there to go ahead and kick that one in case it came right out to him. But unfortunately for Anibal Echeverria, that one just skis over the board and into the netting and the goal kick.
That ball jumps up and out of bounds. Intended there for Segura. Quiros on the restart for Ontario. Switch of the pitch to the captain, Izzy Cisse. And now Reyes. Nunez to the far side. Tripped up off of the ball. De Oliveira. And Reyes was tangled up. It looks like Reyes will earn that foul to the far side. We'll see on the replay here. Reyes trying to get past. Wow, De Oliveira.
Look, I understand letting him play, but at some point too, the officials are going to have to go understand that they're going to have to use a card here or whatnot for the San Diego Sockers.
Well, he's not
one too many fouls for them, and still no cards. But if you're the Fury, just keep your head in the game.
Whoa! Nunez shields off his defender, nearly finds a goal for himself. Being the point man again on the attack, lays it off to De Abreu. De Abreu dancing around a couple defenders, but De Oliveira earns the ball back for San Diego. Toth off of his back line, plays it sky high up and out of bounds. But Nunez generating a quality attempt there for Ontario. And what I was going to say is, De Oliveira is not even playing the ball. The ball is past him, and then he steps up to the challenge on Reyes. Unfortunately, no penalty call there, but a defensive clearance here in the end for San Diego. Serta with a daft touch and a restart coming for Ontario. Quality set piece play here on the restart. Gonzalez, Concalves, De Abreu, Quiros, and McNeely to restart for Ontario with 11:04 remaining in the fourth quarter.
It's all about these key plays here, partner.
The restart again to McNeely. Now Gonzalez! He threads the needle right past Escoto! And it's a one-goal game here in the fourth quarter.
It's a matter of time for the Fury to go ahead and get back into this one. It's a non-stop Fury attacking offense in the last couple of minutes. But fortunately there for Ontario, Was that dead ball kill there and that opportunity of a lifetime for the Fury to set something up? They've been practicing it on. It doesn't matter how it goes in, if it's a live play, it's a free play. However, as long as that ball crosses the line, boy, what a shot. And Charlie Gonzalez, number 11, get that one in there, sir.
Charlie Gonzalez, welcome to the party. His 19th goal on the season and his 33rd point on the year as well. Leads the team in both. Toth off of his back line, deflects that ball up and out of bounds. No defensive clearance here, but with the restart to the near side boards, it's a 1-goal game.
The beautiful thing about Major Arena soccer is this, that it could be a 6-2 lead, a very extensive lead, but in a blink of an eye, folks, it could all change. And for the Fury, it is changing and changing quickly. 6-5, 1-goal lead, 10:46. Let's go.
3 unanswered goals for the home team, Ontario Fury. Thankfully, Childs gets a bad touch on that volley attempt. And here we are on the restart for Ontario.
Yeah, the crowd's into it. You can hear them in the background.
32-52, if you don't know who they are, they're the fans of the MLS franchise LAFC. They've made their way to support the Inland Empire and the Ontario Fury. They're always welcome here to support Ontario. On the break is Escoto. Tried to trip Toth, and then off of the back line. That ball stays out of the goal.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
Inches away from crossing. Remember, the whole ball has to cross the whole line. Escoto causing some disruption. And on the break is Hughes. Does have Nunez to the near side. That ball finds its way to Echeverria. He'll settle things down for a split second here.
Back and forth game, sequence in the veins. Loving it. The fans are loving it.
As the Fury now with all the momentum in the last handful of minutes here in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can capitalize. Holloman steers it to Echeverria. That ball sandwiched and sat on, up and out of bounds. Restart here for McNeely and company, right near midfield. 9:35 remaining. If you're joining us late here in the fourth quarter, it was a 6-2 lead. Now a 6-5 lead. Echeverria tangled up. Cisse says thank you very much. In the end, Pardo saves it for the visiting San Diego Sockers.
It's electrifying atmosphere here in beautiful Citizens Business Bank Arena. You mentioned the 32-52. Also a shout out to the LA Riot Squad from the LA Galaxy out here. Great atmosphere, great fans. They're feeling the build-up of this game, partner.
Quiros to the far side. It has been a slew of opportunities back and forth. Obviously, Ontario capitalizing on their opportunities here in the fourth quarter. What was a 3-1 halftime lead was a 6-2 lead at one point for San Diego. And now here we are at 6-5 with 8:45 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Look, as a broadcasters of the Fury, we want the Fury to win. But regardless of who gets out of here with a victory, electrifying game. But most importantly for our viewers at home, if you're just tuning in to this league, it's an amazing atmosphere. And like I mentioned, 11 goals here tonight.
Jermaine Jones to the near side. Steers it to De Abreu. That ball finds its way to Gonzalez to the far side. Deflected out momentarily to Holloman. Now Quiros. Jones has been a vital point of attack, obviously, for the Fury tonight with a hat trick tonight. His progression in the MASL continues. After a hat trick here tonight, it was 4 goals in the previous game and then a pair of goals, 1 in each game in Tacoma and then against Dallas. And now Roberto to the near side. Pardo now on the restart for San Diego. Ontario can solidify a playoff spot.
Boy, that's huge.
With a win here tonight. Deep ball sent in, broke up there from Ontario. De Abreu hustling back. Contact to the head. I mean, it'll get called 9 out of 10 times. A little embellishment maybe. Nonetheless, a foul call in the end.
Yeah, it wasn't so much of a 50-50 ball. There, you know, at the soccer, you can't use your hands regardless of how of a natural of a soccer play that would be, using his hands as a foul. Luckily for the Fury, there were no cards involved.
If Tacoma and Ontario finish with identical records to end the regular season, Ontario would advance because of the head-to-head. 3-2 the season series. As Escoto now to the far side, threading the needle. And a block attempt there. It was not Toth, I don't believe. Looks like there was a tangle up with Holloman and Bond, and it was right down the middle of the goal. Deflection there from Holloman, and then Toth was contacted in that play. So here we are on the restart with Holloman to the far side.
They called a foul against Bond there. Didn't see much of it. He was just kind of standing there in front of Holloman, but here we go.
A dummy play from Echeverria. Finds Cisse to the far side boards. Deflected there. That was almost a handball. No call there. Escoto and San Diego on the attack. Tracking back is Echeverria. This game is getting a little dicey as Raygoza steers it to Cisse. Man, where does he get his energy from? Cisse, that's a foul.
That should be a card, yes.
There we go.
It's about a matter of time before, yep.
So, back and forth it went the last handful of minutes here. Cisse's pumped up. The arena's pumped up. The whole Ontario Fury team is working their tail off to tie this thing up. And with 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter of play, a narrow 6-5 San Diego lead. Tune in for the remaining action right here on 11 Sports USA. Back in Ontario, California, a penalty called on San Diego. For Ontario on the season, they are at 52% on the power play. To start the power play off, McNeely, Gonzalez, Quiros, Concalves, and De Abreu. For Ontario, settled down near midfield. McNeely tripped up momentarily, no call there. Play continues. Let's see if they can capitalize here with 6:05 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Most important 6 minutes of the season here for the Fury, and probably 1:30, the most important of the power play as well.
Steers it to Gonzalez, and that goes a little too far. Toth already anticipating some action, lays it out to Quiros, right past midfield. Deep ball in for De Abreu. Gonzalez now to the far side. Now Quiros, McNeely, and Gonzalez. Concalves after the switch. Boy, that bouncing ball is so tricky. Serta should have been called for embellishment there, really. I mean, is there a late whistle? Was that an actual? There you go, embellishment.
You called it.
Serta really doing his part, trying to earn the foul call there. And Serta, on the replay, not tripped up there, so a warning there for San Diego, and the power play continues. 50 seconds remain on the power play for Ontario. McNeely will steer it to Concalves. And now Quiros and McNeely. No shooting lane yet provided, or given up, I should say, from San Diego. De Abreu and now Quiros.
Gotta get some shots on target here.
52% on the power play for the season for Ontario. Concalves turns it over. So maybe a fresh body or two onto the pitch. Head coach Jimmy Nordberg says everyone stays on. 15 seconds remain on the power play. McNeely lets loose, and it's De Abreu who's going to tie this game up on the power play.
De Abreu. You missed the gimme earlier in the first quarter. You weren't going to miss this one. My friend, you had time to take out a comb your hair back, look at yourself in the mirror. I'm looking handsome as ever, all the time in the world. Able to put that one back, and look at that celebration. It is 6-6-4 unanswered for the Fury. Anybody's game now here, Brian.
A power play goal provided off of the foot of Maicon De Abreu, and everyone is dancing here inside Citizens Business Bank Arena. Man, I thought this would just continue for the Ontario. I'm not saying the game is over, but you know, that air was well out of the building early on in this fourth quarter. But here we are, partner, all tied up at 6. How important are the next 2 minutes here?
Huge, important. The next 4:28 left here in the fourth quarter. Could be anybody's game here.
Wow. And here we are with San Diego. 18 games in a row they've been winners. 4:10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Ray Goza applying pressure on Sirda. Back-to-back assists from McNeely. A hat trick provided by Jermaine Jones into the hands of Chris Toth. Quiros and Toth will play keep away from Childs. Nunez on the flick. Hughes right out of the box. Almost timed it out to the tee. As Ray Goza back onto the pitch for Ontario. Childs now overlapping run. That ball finds its way. And San Diego retakes the lead here. Off of the foot of Eduardo Velez. And Velez provides a 1-goal lead. 3.5 remaining here in Ontario.
Yeah, Velez, the player that got the blue card on that power play. You know he was going to get back onto the pitch and want to go ahead and make his impact felt after that card. And he does so there with just a beautiful chip over Chris Toth. Nothing he could do there, and just like that, it is back to 7-6 and a 1-goal lead for the San Diego Sockers.
I thought that was going to be broken up because you saw it outlining up here in the booth, Jose. That overlapping run was completed by Velez. I thought it was broken up defensively.
It almost did, yeah.
And here we are. The most interesting 325 you'll see in the MASL regular season is occurring right now in Ontario, California.
Here we have 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go ahead and get there back.
A push in the back there. Jones earning the foul call there. San Diego complaining. Well, I shouldn't say complaining, challenging the foul call. So 5,000 fans in attendance here tonight as Raimundo Contreras, a little shove in the back on Jones. Cisse standing over the ball for Ontario. 3:12 remaining in the contest. McNeely to the near side. De Abreu trying to maintain possession. Loses that ball, and now Cisse right at midfield. They'll steer it to McNeely, and then De Abreu to the near side. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Tangled up again is Jones and Contreras. It was actually away from the ball now.
Order here for the officials. We see Contreras just swing at the official right in front of him. Lucky for him, doesn't get a card pulled out in his favor, but the Fury got to take advantage of these dead balls.
McNeely to restart here for Ontario. And Cisse will hustle to try and beat Escoto to that ball, and he does so. 2:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Still a lot of time here for the Fury. Love the fact that C's still getting back defensively with a lot of energy.
If you joined us late, it was a 6-2 San Diego lead. Ontario came all the way back to tie it up at 6 apiece on a power play goal. And just seconds ago, San Diego jumped back on top, 7-6, after a goal off the foot of Velez to give the league-leading San Diego Sockers a 1-goal lead with 2.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Jones with a hat trick already tonight. Can he get a fourth? That ball off of the hands and fingertips of Pardo. And a corner now coming for the home team.
Pardo just got the fingernails onto that one and able to go ahead and send that to a corner. Fury play on here, offensive. It's all here now.
Ontario will call a timeout and does so wisely to try and serve up another set piece to perfection here, Jose. Let's see if Ontario can really inject something special. Their set piece opportunities have been executed well tonight, to say the least.
Yeah, they've been on point on executing their dead ball plays here. And we'll see for the Fury. Not hopefully, they need to go ahead and get one back. Here with 2:23, they've been able to go ahead and cut onto that lead for the San Diego, but it's all here. The season resting in the next 2:23.
You see on the replays here, that was the last goal that tied it all up for Ontario. And then just seconds later, I was talking about this overlapping run right there, was stopped for a split second from Holloman.
You gotta be better. You gotta do better.
And then it was Velez. Toth can't really do much there in that case. Giving up just over 4 goals a contest. San Diego finding to get past Chris Toth 7 different times tonight. Ontario with a hat trick provided by Jones. And then also McNeely, Charlie Gonzalez, and De Abreu finding the net as well. 2:23 remaining here. Set piece play for Ontario. Gonzalez over the ball. McNeely, Concalves Jones, and De Abreu as well. McNeely skies this opportunity.
I got way too under the laces, completely under the ball, just lifted that one up.
Well, you know he wanted the power on that opportunity. Unfortunately, a little too strong and too high. Fake there from Pittman. Has real estate. You can't give him that kind of room. He buries it. San Diego with a 2-goal lead. 2:14 remaining here in the fourth.
You know, we've been talking about Israel Cisse just hustling. You cannot do that. You cannot do that and back away on a player that's coming directly at you at goal, especially your defenders behind him. You can't do that. There has to be a better communication in the background. You just gave a goal to San Diego. 2-goal lead, 2:14. That might be the final now in the coffin.
Well, let's see if Ontario can respond here, partner, as we got 2:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. It's been back and forth action. If you joined us late, it was a 1-0 lead for Ontario, and then very quickly 3 unanswered from the visiting San Diego Sockers. At the half, it was a 3-1 lead, and then the second half, it's been back and forth. At one point, it was a 6-2 lead for San Diego. Ontario worked all the way back to tie it up at 6 apiece, but it's been 2 unanswered in the last 2 minutes for the leaders of the MASL. San Diego now with 5 defensively. Toth steps up into the attack, shovels it just wide. Concalves, De Abreu to the far side. Settle down to the near side with McNeely. Toth, the extra attacker, if you will. Gonzalez trying to turn past Serta. Unsuccessful, and Gonzalez will work 1-2. They'll have to get back as Gonzalez steers it to the empty net and in to the back of the net. That'll be it from Ontario. A 9-6 lead for the visiting San Diego Sockers. So Gonzalez providing the finishing touch here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. A dagger into the hearts of Ontario Fury fans. and their players. The minute 19 and a 3-goal deficit. This will be near impossible for the Fury to climb out of. Jones a hat trick on the night. 3 different goal scorers aside from him. And now the ball given up in their attacking third. Tripped up there is Velez. Restart coming for San Diego. Frustration surmounting for the Fury players. They put all their effort into tonight's contest to fall short to the league leaders in the MASL. Down at 1 point to 6-2. Climbed all the way back, and now a 3-goal deficit with another minute left. Shoved in the back there from San Diego. McNeely was tripped up. And now McNeely on the laces. Easy save there in the end for Pardo. Time ticking away here for Ontario. This will put them back at an 11-12 record after winning 3 in a row. De Abreu trying to dance around a couple defenders. Shoved it off there defensively. Another deep ball sent all the way in off of the foot of Cerda. And there's the dagger. It is a 10-6 lead for San Diego. So Toth obviously getting on the attack as an extra attacker off of his back line. Couldn't get back in time, and it's a 10-6 San Diego lead. So stunned are the fans out here in the Inland Empire. The only game on tilt tonight in the MASL is this matchup here between the San Diego Sockers and the Ontario Fury. This will drop the Ontario Fury at 11-12 overall. Tacoma waiting in the wings to pounce on this loss. No doubt they'll be playing for their lives against Dallas and Monterey. And for that matter, they'll be playing against Turlock to fight and solidify a playoff position here. Ontario still okay as far as a playoff picture is concerned, but not by any means has solidified anything yet. As Tacoma at 10-11 will match up in back-to-back contests with Dallas and Monterey coming up over the weekend on the 6th and 7th. Ontario falls to 11-12. What a heartbreaking loss here in Ontario. Final score from Ontario, California at Citizens Business Bank Arena. A 10-6 San Diego victory here in Ontario. On the pitch, we'll have Jose Duran getting the interviews here. We'll be back on 11 Sports USA.
Right here matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
Fino. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Move towards a better life with the Orthopedic and Robotic Center at Casa Colina. Our Revive Joint Replacement Program offers board-certified orthopedic surgeons and robotic surgical precision for improved fit, balance, and feel of your new joint. Each patient benefits from a dedicated orthopedic team and an individualized surgical plan for less pain, quicker recovery, and improved outcomes. Casa Colina Hospital and Centers for Healthcare, where better begins.
The right gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
Brian, thank you very much. We are down on the floor now with the man of the match from the San Diego Sockers, their captain, Craig Giles, assisted on the go-ahead goal after a 6-6 tie, added another on 8-6, and a goal of his own. Craig, that was a dogfight between yourself and the Fury. Talk about the feeling on the bench when Ontario rallied with 4 there in the fourth.
You know, honestly, in my opinion, we didn't adjust quick enough to their high pressure. We stayed behind the line. We weren't getting the ball quick enough up the field, and we were inviting their pressure, but you know, welcome to the playoffs. We technically on our brain started the playoffs in Tacoma. This was another playoff game. We've got RGV and Monterey next, and we're going to roll right into playoffs, hopefully in form. We got to get ourselves healthy, fit, and strong, and ready to go.
Take us through the game-winning goal once it was 6-6.
I think Serta played a great ball into me, and Eddie made a run off me and kind of cut it into his feet. He took a good touch because it came into him quick. And Chris came out, and Chris honestly had 4 or 5 like point-blank saves, and he went low and Eddie went high, and it was a good goal for him.
The Sockers have the best depth in the MASL, and boy, has it been on display, Craig. And tonight, you guys had to play shorthanded for much of this match.
Yeah, you know, we're a little bit banged up right now. It's important over the next few weeks we get the job done and we get the results that we need to keep home field advantage, but we need to be healthy and fit and strong and ready to go in the playoffs. So, you know, our emphasis is getting our legs under us, making sure we're trying to peak with our fitness, but staying healthy. And it's not easy this late, but hopefully that rotation of players during the season will pay off late for us.
Last question for you, Craig. Your first time matching up against Jermaine Jones. He had the hat trick tonight. What were your thoughts on 13?
Honestly impressed. The dude can play. He's a big body. He throws himself around. He's not timid. He's not shy. And when he gets in front of the goal, he can finish. So, honestly, I was very impressed. I think he's the real deal. He's a good indoor player, and he's quickly made the transition. But, you know, he's a beast. So we'll have to deal with him in playoffs if we get Ontario.
Craig Giles is a bit of a beast himself, the all-time Sockers leading goal scorer. Victorious tonight. Congratulations, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
Let's go back up to the booth.
Thanks, Craig. Craig spending time there with the captain of the San Diego Sockers and Craig Giles, and head coach Jimmy Nordberg of Ontario, and a partner up with Craig Elson on the field.
On. And we're right back, and here is Fury head coach Jimmy Nordberg. Coach, you have to be thrilled with the way your team came back, not the final result.
Yeah, I thought we fought hard in the fourth quarter to come back and tie it up. But, you know, the Sockers are a good quality team, and they make you beat them. And they're a veteran group, and there's a reason why, they're 21-1 now? So they're a tough side.
Jermaine Jones, a hat trick tonight, off 4 goals the last game. I've been saying on Twitter tonight, Coach, if he re-signs, he might be league MVP next year. This guy is for real.
He's special, and as good as he is on the field, he's even better off of the field, in our locker room with the guys. So he's a huge pickup for us. But now we're looking forward to our Monterey game.
Yeah, 3-1 with Jones, and right now, still with your playoff destiny in your hands if you can win that last match.
That's right. That's right. So that's where our focus has to go. We got to get back to work at the training pitch and hopefully fix a couple things and win that game.
Appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
So much. I appreciate it.
That's it from down here on the field. Let's go back to you, Brian.
Thanks, Craig. Final score from Ontario, 10-6, San Diego victorious. Next home game for the Ontario Fury, Sunday, April 14th, as they match up with Monterey. It's been a blast here on 11 Sports. We'll catch you next time right here from Citizens Business Bank Arena.